Welcome. My name's Craig Otto. I'm with Gobi LLC, and I'm going to be your personal mentor on the systems of operational excellence. So, if you've seen some of my previous posts, you know that tools are very important as part of a competitive manufacturing or lean manufacturing process, and even beyond the manufacturing realm, this can be used in doctors' offices, banks, education. It doesn't matter. These tools are universal. So it is core that you learn the tools first, like the tools of value stream analysis, rapid improvement events, process control boards, and problem solving. What the intent of this presentation on systems is for people who have been doing the tools for a while. They've gained an understanding for the tools and are ready to take the next step in their cultural transformation. So that's what I want to talk about. When you use the tools, it's good because it really helps you get a good footing on your journey. But there is a problem. One of the tools that we teach with Lean is one piece flow. And when you do events, you're kind of batching improvement. So rather than batching improvement, what we need to get to is flowing improvement. And that's where you have daily ideas being implemented on the go, to where an employee doesn't have to wait for an event. They just do it. They are empowered and they make the improvements happen. And that's what you call being systems driven. So it's a natural progression. And just to give you an example of some systems, you have your work system, which is the actual job itself of how the work is done. But then you have support systems. You have support management systems and support improvement systems. And one of the things you want to be is systems driven, because that's going to drive you to the behaviors that you want. It's going to drive you to the long-term results that you want. Now, you have systems in your business already. They may not drive you towards those principles of lean, towards those long-term improvements. The 4 core systems that you need is daily improvement, visual management, standard follow-up, and strategy deployment. Now, for the purpose of this presentation, I can't tell you everything you need to know in one presentation on systems, but I am going to focus a lot on daily improvement, just as an example of the power of systems. And this can be applied, again, anywhere. If you're in an office environment, if you're in a manufacturing environment, it doesn't matter. All of these can be implemented because they're universal. Now, let's talk a little bit about how systems work. I mentioned you have work systems. The actual processes that you do, the transactions that you do, the customer service that you do, it's the process steps that you follow. Now, you also have management systems that help align, monitor, and support the work systems. And on the other side, you have improvement systems. That's where you monitor the process, but when there's something wrong with the process, there's a signal. And then you swarm it, you solve the problem, and you share the lesson learned. And I want to get into details of how we would analyze this system approach. And I'll take it from the improvement side first. Let's break down events and a daily improvement system. Both are powerful, both are needed, but there is a difference on when to use them and the power of each one. So for events, you have a value stream analysis where you map the process and identify the waste. That's what signals the improvement. With daily improvement, it's an issue that comes up, or it's an idea that you have. That's the signal. The difference being between events and daily improvement system is that events are usually more cross-functional, and you need that. But at the same time, you also need people able to improve their own business, their functional part of their business. So both kind of appropriate for different things. Let's talk about swarm. In a event style culture, you have rapid improvement events, and those are good, but you also want to have individual responsibility, individual swarm, where a single person can take empowerment and fix a problem. You also, when I say WSA, what I mean there is whole system architecture. It's a teaming process where your team is empowered to swarm the issue. And just kind of demonstrating the difference. Again, RIEs are more organizational focused. They're a little bit wider in scope, whereas with the personal ideas and the team ideas are more individual focused, which is okay. You need both. Again, both are important. Now, when you solve issues in events, you have your 4 core tools: 6S, one-piece flow, standard work, and pool systems. On the other side, when you have daily improvement, you solve with the idea in your head, the solution that you come up with your team, or you personally. And there is a difference. A lot of times with events, it's the more home run style. If you think of it as baseball, it's the home run that gains you quite a bit through the events. But you also need singles to win a baseball game. You can't just go up there swinging for the fences every time. It takes both. So that's why you want your employees implementing ideas, getting those singles, and that'll help you win the game of this business. Now, the most important thing and the most underrated thing is sharing ideas and sharing your information. In an event, we use A3s, and then here's a system connection. In other words, your body acts as a system, a collection of systems that are integrated so that you can function personally. Same thing in an organization. You need systems that are integrated, and that this is one of the connections of that integration. I mentioned earlier, visual management is a system. So that connects with daily improvement, in that you want to share your ideas with your team so that they know how you're improving, and they'll share their ideas as well. Biggest thing is you want to steal shamelessly, and you want to be a cheater. You want to promote stealing from each other, stealing ideas, because that's going to improve your business. If something makes another person better, you want to cheat and do the same thing. And that's how you're going to improve as a business. That's the type of culture you want. Let's continue to analyze the system from the other side, from the management system side. Again, you want to align, monitor, and support. So let's take a look at that. Biggest thing with alignment, I have some principles of lean off to the right. With alignment, you're striving for constancy of purpose. You want your people to feel a desire or a need to improve your business because they understand the big picture. You want to monitor, not monitor in terms of bird dogging someone, but monitoring in terms of leading with humility, helping someone because you've been through it. You know, you're there to listen, to understand them. You seek to understand. And then lastly, support them through respect, through listening to them. So these are all key things that we sometimes forget as management. So let's dig into these. In an improvement system, in daily improvement, the first thing you want to focus on is participation. You know, don't worry about if you're going to get big results from an improvement idea. What you want is people just participating. And then as your culture grows, they will find that purpose. That constancy of purpose will shine through. And then when they see that, their ideas will start to become more meaningful, become more impactful, and you're going to see the results just exponentially increase. In terms of monitoring, this is so important. You might say, well, my employees make improvements every day. My counter offer is, how do you know? Because you're not measuring it. You need to capture your daily improvement ideas through a system. That way you can share it, you can monitor it, and you can measure it. Imagine if your place of employment had 800 ideas and 800 employees. What if each employee had an idea every single day? That's 192,000 ideas in a year. And if you can imagine each one of those only saving 10 minutes, you know, that's $2 million that a company or a business with 800 people would have saved. So it's pretty powerful when you think about it in that regard. And then lastly, when you support, you need to be there for people. You need to help them. You need to help them, mentor them, and motivate them and inspire them to be better. So that is Transformation Demystified from a systems of operational excellence perspective. Now that is very quick, and there's a lot more information on systems, but I tried to break it down so that it's a manageable bite for you to listen to and understand. I encourage you to keep looking for more of my presentations, and don't be afraid to contact us, Gobi LLC, if you need help. Thank you very much.